What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Eagle Star, Bama Boy, Sentinel, McWayne. What is happening? Welcome to the stream. All right. Let's see here. Let's go over the show real quick. This will be the debut of WCW Thunder. We're going to have a lot of championships on the line because we have to establish the championships here in WCW. So we have the Women's Championship. Normally we would have the men, but I will tell you why we don't in a second. We have an Elimination Chamber match that will put the WCW Hardcore title won by McWayne on the line in the second match. The Light Heavyweight Championship will be on the line tonight. Eagle Star, the current light heavyweight champion. Plus, he is also the TV champion, which is why the TV championship will not be on the line tonight. Normally, it will be. We are going to have some money in the bank. We've got the women's money in the bank. We're going to have the Universal Tag Team Championships on the line. Shyanne, if you look back, actually won the Raw Women's Championship. Now gets her shot after she had to vacate that title. Gets her shot at the Women's Universal Championship. DDP getting his shot at LA Knight here tonight for the U.S. Championship. Men's Money in the Bank. You look at Sentinel, had to vacate the title. Max kind of on his way up. Braun Breaker had to vacate his championship. Totes getting his name back in the middle of the ring. And in a really interesting historical match, we'll explain as we go through this show, Bret Hart will finally get his shot at Hulk Hogan for the WCW World title. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Now, one of the things that we're going to start seeing is I have been going back through and redoing some of the face scans. Victoria Van Diver is one of those that we have redone, so it looks a lot better than it has been looking. And we have been redoing some of the attire. So you'll see kind of the same but different look for Eagle Star here tonight as well. But there's a couple others that will be out there also. So keep your eye out for that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW Women's World Television Championship.
What is going on, Becky? Welcome to the stream. Brand new Thunder Arena might be my favorite arena. To be fair, I think these two arenas might be my favorite arena. The Nitro and the Thunder Arena. But it's really cool how these lights work with the entrances when the wrestlers are entering in. Really cool effect. Victoria Van Diver, though, was kind of at the top of the women's division at one point. Getting a lot of exposure. Actually won the TSW Women's World title 2 different times. Hasn't been as successful since then. But could that change tonight with the current Women's Television Championship putting her title on the line? Can Victoria take advantage of that? You can see face scan looks a lot better. Hair, we actually did too, looks a lot better. Now, Becky making her way down to the ring with the brand new WCW Women's Television Championship. Will have that title on the line. Is she going to be able to hold off Victoria Van Diver? You look at both of these wrestlers and they're very powerful for two very different reasons. Victoria, not a large wrestler, but you look at her height. She can use that height to put moves or to make her moves a lot more powerful Whereas Becky, a lot more compact, a lot more muscular. Kind of your traditional power wrestler. But both versions of these women are going, putting it on the line, trying to win that television title or retain it.
Introducing the challenger from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Victoria Van Diver. And her opponent from Virginia, she is the WCW Women's World Television Champion, the Irresistible Force, Rebecca Dawn.
That is one thing that I could have guessed, Sentinel. If you gave me one guess, I might have got that one right. But lots of titles, lots of different things on the line. But first, we have the television championship. Right away, you can see the difference in height, but Becky, not caring about the difference in height, looks, gives her a slam. Immediately goes for the cover, probably just trying to set the tone, letting Victoria know this is how this is going to go. And Becky maintains control of this match. And that's kind of what you want to do. You know, we talk about it a lot with the pacing. As long as you can control the pace, regardless of what that pace is, but you staying in control, always a good way to ensure a victory is coming. But here we go, and this is the stuff I start talking about when Victoria starts getting into some of these slams. Look at this, over the top rope, but starts getting into some of these slams. The force of the slam's much greater because of the height the slam becomes. Becky, though, quickly recovers. And then again, so does Victoria. Victoria now trying to get back in the ring, maintain control. Does it? Didn't think she was going to be able to do it. Tries to take Becky outside of the ring again. Oh, and here we go. You've seen her do this before. Like a super powerbomb type maneuver. Victoria playing it up to the crowd, but ready one more time. Taking those kicks to the rib. And you can see that falls do not count everywhere. Referee already on a 2 count. Victoria bringing Becky back into the ring. You know she cannot win this title outside of the ring. Oh, watch this. Victoria setting it up. What is that? Haven't seen that maneuver ever from any wrestler. Thought she was actually setting up something different. Doesn't. Now picks her up, and look at that. A falling powerbomb now. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And that is the stuff I'm talking about with Victoria. Very hard. Very hard to stay in the match with some of the different slams that she has.
New WCW Women's World Television Champion, Victoria Van Diver.
Now the crazy thing is, and you can't really blame Becky, didn't really see Victoria coming. She hasn't been doing too hot. All of a sudden comes out with a renewed focus and ends up winning the television championship. But again, that's stuff that you got to kind of start looking at now. Victoria winning the television title, but with Becky now not having that title around her waist, what will she be going for next? Will she be trying to get after that U.S. championship on the women's side? That is probably the course that she will be taking. Kind of interesting. Haven't seen this guy in a while, but the Ultimate Warrior actually in this match for the WCW Hardcore Championship. Matter of fact, this might be the first time we have ever seen it. Warrior signs going up. No.
The following contest is an elimination chamber match and is for the WCW Hardcore Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the Four Horsemen from New York, New York, weighing in at 304 pounds, the Enforcer, Rowdy Hunt.
Very true, Sentinel, not suicidal. For sure. It was a quick match, but again, something I might have done too. I might have overlooked. She just has not been doing very well lately, Victoria Van Diver. But obviously a renewed focus coming out. Might have looked past it, but that could lead to bigger and better things. The Enforcer, though, of the Four Horsemen now out. And the one thing we know, we do not know the order, but we do know Rowdy. Not going to be number 1 or number 2. The very, very interesting thing about this particular Elimination Chamber match, there will be 90 seconds in between competitors being released into the ring.
Introducing the champion from Shangri-La, weighing in at 239 pounds. He is the WCW Hardcore Champion, McWayne.
McWayne holding on to that title belt right now, holding on to it tightly. Does not want to let it go. Will he be able to retain it here tonight? I don't know, maybe I'd go to the gym on the beach. Me and my wife are also beach people. Very sharp looking title belts, these new WCW belts. Very impressed by them. They have done a very good job. These are those kind of belts that I think will be around for quite some time. And now that we've got some established wrestlers, you look at them making their way through TSW, then making their way through the different brands of the WWE, now coming together to reinvigorate a brand that has long died off all the way back to 2001.
And introducing the challenger from parts unknown, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Ultimate
Ultimate Warrior, though, making his way down to the ring, remaking his debut. But all these wrestlers coming together to bring back one of the greatest brands ever. The only brand to ever give WCW or WWE a run for their money, and they did it for 83 weeks. Now, you think about that, 83 weeks, carry the one. That is quite a number of years. And the only time the WWE was not the leader in professional wrestling. So again, Ultimate Warrior also not going to be the number 1 or number 2 competitor. This is quite an interesting development here. Drew McIntyre no longer wearing the colors of the New World Order. Eagle, you made it back.
The challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, McIntyre.
You made it back just in time to see if Rowdy can bring home a hardcore title to the Horsemen. But it kind of makes you wonder. You look at all the different members that were in the New World Order right at the start, right before the brand of the WCW brand kicked off. And it's got to make you wonder, was that the plan all along? But now you see Drew McIntyre not wearing the colors, Hogan not wearing the colors, even though Hogan is carrying the flagship belt, the WCW World Championship title. No longer, though, wearing the colors of the of the New World Order.
Introducing the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 266 pounds, Black Hart.
Another crowd favorite entrance. Black Hart now making his way down to the ring. You can see almost every one of these wrestlers would be a good steward for the hardcore title. Which one of them, though, is going to walk away with it tonight? We have seen it where McWayne has come in as one of the first two competitors and won all the way through. The only competitor in the history of the TSW, WWE, and now the WCW brands to have ever done it. Will somebody else make history tonight with the hardcore title on the line?
Introducing the challenger, representing the NWO from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John Cena.
Now remember all the way back when the NWO was trying to figure out who the leader was going to be. Drew McIntyre actually won that match, won it, and then passed the mantle immediately on to John Cena. Kind of funny tonight, they're both in the ring. One, the current leader of the New World Order. The other, not even in it. Both, however, in WCW. But here's how it's going to start. 90 seconds in between the competitors coming out. Blackheart and John Cena starting off this match. Cena, though, off to a quick start. Typically how things go on. Remember, John Cena, 15 or even possibly a 16-time WWE World Champion, the most in the history of the WWE. If you would have gave me 16 guesses, I might not have guessed that. John Cena, though, completely dominating Blackheart until right then. Blackheart now getting it turned around, starting to let the hands go. Needs to start dictating the pace of this match, at least for this next little bit. Maybe try to get his breath back before the next competitor gets released into the ring. Who do you think the next guy released will be? I'm going to guess the Ultimate Warrior. Here we go. It does look now like they fixed the Elimination Chamber. And no, not the Ultimate Warrior. Turns out, McWayne, the current champion, will have a long way to go to retain that championship. He is going to need to really be using his head so that he has enough left in the tank to keep that championship around his waist. So far, look at this, very wisely sitting back, letting things happen, letting things come to him. But John Cena has started to get it turned back around. Blaq making his way back into the ring. Who do we think the next person's going to be? I'm going to go with the Scottish Warrior. Drew McIntyre will be the next release into the ring. Kind of interesting, though. Quite possibly we'll have 4 people in the arena, and I don't think anybody is really, to this point, low blow, but anything goes in the Elimination Chamber. Now, Bret Hart rolling up the leg, 2, 3, and that low blow right there immediately eliminates the champion. But I gotta tell you, it would have eliminated me as well. You go downstairs like that on the little guy, and I'm out of here. Is that, though, going to start causing some tension between Bret Hart and McWayne? I am sure it will. I was $1 short on this one. One pick late, but the Ultimate Warrior gets released into the arena. What is going on, Angel? Welcome to the stream, brother. I found a very interesting tattoo that Angel will be wearing the next time we see him. Oh, that is Black's finishing move. Is that going to put out John Cena too? And John Cena kicks out. Ultimate Warrior, though, right on top of Bret Hart, rolls up the leg too, and kicks out in 2. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. You think about the kind of role McWayne has been on recently, it was probably going to take somebody going downstairs. I'm going to guess Drew McIntyre again, since I was a day late on the Ultimate Warrior pick. Maybe this time it will be McIntyre. And it is. McIntyre comes out. Cena slam onto Bret Hart. 2, 3. And Bret Hart has been eliminated. Oh, look at this. Drew McIntyre. You think about a dream match right now. I would say Drew McIntyre versus the Ultimate Warrior. You just look at the power, the styles that they wrestle in. That would probably have been a pretty good match. Probably not a very long one, though. John Cena now caught in the middle. That does mean Rowdy will be the final competitor released in this match. And I'm going to tell you, when you put 90 seconds in between releasing competitors, this is typically how it goes. Very, very hard for somebody to start the match and actually make it out. Drew McIntyre now taking him into the corner, but sees John Cena getting up, sees the Ultimate Warrior getting up, gives him a big clothesline. Cena sees that, though. Thought it might have been another Cena slam, but it is not. Cena gets distracted. But while Cena's distracted, Rowdy is not distracted. Picks up the Ultimate Warrior, and we haven't seen it. It's probably because you got a lot of big men in this match, but we haven't seen anybody go up top until now. Rowdy up on top of the chamber, jumps, and completely misses the Ultimate Warrior. I don't even know if the Warrior knew that. Rowdy flew right over the top of him. I don't even think the Warrior saw what happened. Warrior now in control of what's going on. Looked like Drew McIntyre was coming over to get him some of that. Instead, goes over, putting a beat down on John in the corner. And Drew not happy with just beating up John Cena. Wants to get him some of Rowdy. Apparently gets Rowdy, picks him up, and throws him out to the outside. Warrior getting back to his feet. Cena sees that. Cena back to his feet first. And Rowdy kicking out in 1. Here we go. Cena setting up for another Cena slam. Said, nope, nope, you missed me. Picks him up, gets him again anyway. And look at this. Cena can't even put the cover on the Ultimate Warrior. That is how tired Cena is. Finally gets the cover, but will it be enough? No. The Ultimate Warrior reaching up to the heavens, getting the energy to kick back out. And Rowdy also kicking out in 2. Rowdy, though, looking pretty tired. Oh, watch out. Here came the Claymore, but Rowdy saw it come and said, get that out of here. We don't need any of that business. But can't fight through this. However, Cena has a little unfinished business with McIntyre. Puts him on a DDT. Warrior now getting back to his feet. Rowdy can't decide who he wants to whoop up on. And gets a big slam. And I think the Warrior might have just saved John Cena right there inadvertently. Not really meaning to do it. Looked like Cena might have been bleeding a little. Anyway, they both get thrown out. Drew McIntyre now on the Warrior. Big slam. Will he go for the pin? No. Warrior getting back to his feet yet again. And another big slam. And now Drew McIntyre setting up for the Claymore. Set up for the Claymore, but the Warrior gets back to his feet. Big clothesline. Boots right to the chest. And you can tell right now all these competitors really looks like it's starting to take a toll on them. What's going on? All of them starting to move a little bit slower. Oh, Rowdy went for his finishing move. Cena blocks it. Now rolls up the leg. 1. And kicking out at 1. There it is. Claymore. Rolls up the leg. 2. 3. No, the little Ultimate Warriors could not give him the energy to stop that. Rowdy, though, looking like he might have put himself in a good position. Ends up getting turned around by Drew McIntyre, and now Cena the only man standing. But can Cena pin Drew McIntyre? Drew out in 2. Oh, Rowdy going for the kick. Oh, look at this. You can't see Cena. Gets Rowdy up on his shoulders. Drew McIntyre crawls up, but look at this. Even though he put the Cena slam on him, doesn't matter. Will McIntyre take advantage? Does it? I don't think he realized by the time he came to what was really going on. Throws Rowdy back out of the ring now. Hits John Cena with a Claymore. This will probably do it for Cena. 1, 2, 3. And now it's down to Drew McIntyre and Rowdy. Rowdy trying to make it back to his feet, but can't. And of course, at the worst possible time, I got a phone call. And Rowdy Hunt becomes your brand new hardcore champion.
Here is your winner and new WCW Hardcore Champion, the Enforcer, Rowdy Hunt.
Rowdy, brand new hardcore champion, bringing that back to the Horsemen. And now, one of the few horsemen, well, the only horseman right now to have 2 title belts and a brand new look with some new colors, some new things going on. Eagle Star will put his light heavyweight championship on the line. One of the few titles that actually got brought over from the WWE universe into the WCW universe. Used to be known as the Triple Crown Light Heavyweight Championship, but it is no longer. I know, right? Hey, what is going on, Jane? Welcome to the stream. Really digging the new look of Eddie Guerrero.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way match and is for the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the Luchadors from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 205 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
So Eddie Guerrero making his way down to the ring, brand new look, Latino World Order in full effect. We don't even know who all the members are, but we do know there are 5 members. We know Rey Mysterio being one, Eddie Guerrero, the original Latino World Order leader, and 3 others who have yet to be revealed. However, can Eddie tonight bring home the Light Heavyweight Championship? That is what we are about to find out.
And introducing the challenger from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 204 pounds, Ultimo, the Dragon.
Now, we did not create the original design of the Ultimo Dragon. We actually downloaded them. But if you look everywhere on the internet, you will not find this version of them. We drastically changed them, but one of the best ways I have ever seen to do the Ultimo Dragon, so we stuck with that, the basic design, but we changed up the color schemes, we changed up a bunch of the patterns, we changed up a lot of things. Really like how this ended up coming out.
And introducing the challenger from New York, weighing in at 196 pounds, Billy Kidman.
Billy Kidman, another one, making his WCW debut here on Thunder tonight. Probably one of the greatest cruiserweight champions in WCW's history. You look at him, you look at Juventud Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, Ultimo Dragon. But goes after the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship tonight.
And introducing the champion, representing the 4 Horsemen from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the WCW Light Heavyweight Champion, Eric the Eagle Starman.
So apparently if you got that much gold, you got to wear it all over the place. So a lot of gold in Eagle Star's outfit now, including the 2 title belts, the Light Heavyweight Championship and the WCW World Television Championship. Typically, the World Television Champion will defend the belt on the television shows, but having to reestablish the brand new WCW Light Heavyweight Champion. He was the Triple Crown Champion, but look at those 2 belts. Looking sharp as can be. Light Heavyweight Champion, however, on the line tonight. Guys, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. If you look at the Light Heavyweight Champion, you can see those side plates have changed to the WCW side plates. Only real change that belt has received. Now, this should be kind of a crazy match. This is also the first time we have seen Eagle Star wrestle without his coveted vest on. Letting that work in the gym. Get shown off a little bit. Eagle keeps continuing to fight through. Billy Kidman's offense finally gets back to his feet, gets it turned around a little bit. But back and forth they go. Ultimo Dragon, Eddie Guerrero facing off in their own match right here. Eddie Guerrero Kidman for some reason breaking up the dragon hold on Eddie Guerrero, so not sure why exactly he would do that. But he might just be letting it fly, and that's just one of the things he's doing. Eddie Guerrero, instead of being appreciative about it, though, is like, no way, and goes right after Kidman. And now Eagle Star and Ultimo on the outside of the ring. Going to be interesting to see. We haven't seen a lot of Eddie Guerrero. We haven't seen hardly anything from Ultimo Dragon. Haven't seen Billy Kidman yet. So how are these guys going to make their marks in that light heavyweight division or in the WCW as a whole? We know Eddie Guerrero was a WWE World Champion at one point. Is that going to keep translating into the WCW? We will find out as time goes on. Right now, however, the Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. And Eagle Star really the only one on his feet. But look at this. Dragon gets on his feet again. Looked like he might have been using that side rail to his advantage. And Eagle's like, look, I'm just going to back off here. Things aren't working out well. Gets a chair. Eddie Guerrero played it up to the crowd. Takes a chair right to the back of the head. Now to the back. Now to the knee. Eddie Guerrero finally not having it, though. That is true. Way too many. Look at that high-flying maneuver, but Eagle does not go off his feet. Gets Dragon, or the Ultimo Dragon out of the way and gets back to fighting the others, but Dragon back in this right away. And still, at the end of the day, Eagle Star kind of in a better spot for all of it, but not right now. Eddie Guerrero, Didn't appreciate that. Showing you a little bit of that Latino heat. Now goes after the chair, but Eagle's like, no, I hit you with the chair. That's how it works. Not the other way around. Billy Kidman flying, high flying forearm at that. Now has the chair, hits Eagle Star with it. Dragon, the Ultimo Dragon though, right there. Takes him, uses that maneuver, and Billy Kidman, instead of hitting that hard mat, ends up hitting the chair first. But Kidman's still in this thing. Eagle looked like Eagle was going after him, but waits instead. And comes out on top, gets the kendo stick, but look at this. Eddie Guerrero reverses it back around. And Eagle continues to put himself in a good position. Look though, starting to move a little bit slower in the ring. Eagle Star flips, or Billy Kidman flips out, grabs Eagle Star, and look at this. That is the Dragon Sleeper hold. Eddie Guerrero has it reversed on the Ultimo Dragon. Will the Dragon tap out? No, Dragon fights through it. And now Ultimo letting the feet go, knocks him up against the wall. And a huge clothesline. We have seen Eagle pin people off of that move, but instead looks like he's trying to collect the bounty on Billy Kidman. Billy Kidman goes up and right back down. Eagle now rolls up that leg, but look at that. Must not be, even though it's supposed to be, must not be an elimination match, because they keep breaking up all the holds and all the pins. So this is a fatal four-way match from the looks of it. Oh, everybody down. Nobody up to break this up. And look at this. The Ultimo Dragon sneaks out of there with the victory to become your brand new WCW Light Heavyweight Champion.
Here is your winner, and new WCW Light Heavyweight Champion, Ultimo the Dragon.
If you go back into other series, the Ultimo Dragon ends up being one of the better light heavyweight champions, like in the history of us doing any kind of series on this channel. And what's crazy is it looks like he's off to that kind of a start again. And oddly, that's how he initially got on his roll, was with a fatal four-way match that worked out to where he ends up winning the match. Just like that. Kind of steals it, but then once he had the belt, man, it was hard to get that belt off of him. Now, in a Falls Count Anywhere match, fatal four-way elimination, we have the Money in the Bank for the women's world title on the line. Which one of these women are going to walk away with that belt, ultimately making them the #1 contender? But not just the #1 contender. The #1 contender that could cash that in at any time to try and win the world title. What is going on, Rowdy? Welcome to the stream.
Is a fatal four-way Falls Count Anywhere match, and is for the Money in the Bank contract. Making her way to the ring from the Queen City, the WCW Women's World Champion, the Captain Oxley.
Now, one of the most interesting things about this match, obviously you figured it out, but the WCW Women's World Champion is in this match. Can she block the Money in the Bank winner? And then if somebody takes away her title, can she cash it in for an immediate rematch? Long way to go to see if that can even happen. However, This is the start of it.
And her opponents, first, representing the Ministry of Darkness from the pits of hell, Crimson.
Now, this is a crazy thing. Like, just imagine her making her way down to the ring and seeing that. I'm thinking, no way, Jose.
And from Buffalo, New York, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
The Glamazon Beth Phoenix now also in the WCW, getting her shot at the #1 contendership tonight and the Money in the Bank. Should be quite interesting. Now, one thing that is going to happen here in a little while after this match, we are going to take about a 15-minute intermission. I am not going to stop the stream. We're going to take a 15-minute intermission that I will later edit out so that I can have lunch with my wife. She is on her way right now. So, that'll be different. It'll be kind of a neat if you got 'em type situation.
Representing Legacy from Neo Osaka, Ms.Nightmare.
Ms.Nightmare, though, another women's world champion, making her way down to the ring. Didn't have a run as long as I thought she would, but can she get back on track by winning this Money in the Bank title tonight? It'll be blatantly obvious when my wife gets home, too, because the Bark Squad will be in full effect and locked in this room. So barking with nowhere to go. Super fun. Here we go, get off to a quick start. One slam, rolls up the leg, but you know the Glamazon ain't going out like that. You have a lot of the power wrestlers in the women's division in this match tonight, even though Crimson being the largest, Ms.Nightmare probably the second, Ozzy maybe the third, but the Glamazon Beth Phoenix can hold her own and is powerful as well. Look at that. Picks up Ms.Nightmare. No problem. Bark so south. That is very true. Ozzy now getting back up to her feet. Taking out Crimson. Getting this locked in. And it looks like she got hers locked in first. Is Crimson going to power her way through this? Looks like she is. And that is a huge move that you don't want any part of. But Beth kicks out of that Ms.Nightmare maneuver. Ms.Nightmare, though, kind of shocked now, getting her locked in with another hold. But again, Phoenix, Beth Phoenix that is, fighting her way out of that. Now Ozzy rolling up the leg over here. Not even a 1 count. And you got to be careful when Ms.Nightmare throws you into the corner, because that is how her move, her finisher starts, the Bone Crusher. And that you don't want any part of. Look at this now, going underneath. Getting a stop sign. And now swinging that stop sign and knocking Ms. Nightmare right in the head. You want to turn some things around, that's a quick way to do it. Ms. Nightmare kind of was staying in control, but finally Ozzy gets to her feet, throws her in there. Beth gets Crimson up. Crimson, though, fights through it. Reverses it back around again, and Beth takes her up. But look at the power of Beth Phoenix. This is the stuff I'm talking about. This is why she can hang like this in the women's division. Ozzy gets a smack, and Beth then throws her in there. Crimson goes in there. Beth so short. Ms. Nightmare misses, but comes back, gets her a second time. And somehow the timing of Ozzy's maneuver off just a little bit with Crimson, but still stays in control. There's one. Picks her up, and this might be it. That was a quick turn of events. Ms. Nightmare and Crimson both eliminated out of this match now. In a series of mishaps, Ozzy looks like she's going to come out on top of this. Throws Beth Phoenix up over the ropes. Backs up. Doesn't quite get it in. Kind of a sit-down stunner off that top rope. And Miss Phoenix gets back in the ring quickly. Now picks her up, takes her. Has her in this lock, but look at this. Ozzy fighting her way out of it. And it would be crazy if Ozzy not only is the WCW World Champion, but then also wins the Money in the Bank. That would make it dangerous to beat her, because then technically she should be able, if she lost the Money in the Bank or lost the world title, be able to turn right back around and cash in, which might not be a bad move depending on how that match is going. Gets her down with that right on top of that stop sign. Throws her though into the wall, picks up the stop sign and hits her with it, knocks her on the ground, taunts her now with that stop sign. You can see that stop sign all kinds of jacked up. Will she go for the pin? Does not go for the pin. Thought she might have done it, but does not do it. And now slams her down, grabs the legs, but kicks out in one again. Takes her, here we go. Is this gonna do it? One power bomb, two power bombs, and three power bombs. Now rolls up the leg and didn't look right on top of that stop sign, and Beth still finds a way somehow to kick out. I gotta tell you, you powerbombing me on top of a stop sign, I am not kicking out. You are about to hear the Bark Squad from the West and the South kick off here really shortly. Ozzy now takes her, throws her up into that buckle. And is this gonna be the thing? Oh, this might do it. Gets her up. Right back down, and that is her finishing move. 1, 2, and somehow again kicks out into Beth Phoenix back to her feet. Ozzy, though, not having it. Takes out the knee, and look at Ozzy saying, hey, can't believe anybody even thinks they can oppose me. What is going on, Paul? Welcome to the stream. Ozzy now taking it up to the top. What is it going to take to beat Beth Phoenix? Don't know, but that is a big crossbody. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And, well, that is what it takes right there. That crossbody off the top of the rope. Now, not only your world champion.
Here's your winner, and Miss Money in the Bank, the Captain, Oxley.
She is now also your Money in the Bank winner, Miss Ozzy. Now, I said it before the match, we are going to start right now. We are going to go and take about a 15 to 20 minute break, have lunch with our wife, and we will be back shortly. If you're watching it on replay, you might not even notice. All right, guys, welcome back. Universal Tag Team Championships on the line right now. It's been a long time since we've even seen anybody challenge Grady or Cimba for these championships. 4 Horsemen will do it tonight. Current Universal Champion Robbo and Rowdy will face off against the Universal Champions. Said a prayer for you, Eagle. Hopefully everything goes well. Guys, too, while we got a second, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live, share the video, and let's get back to the action. So this is kind of crazy. Normally we don't see this, and normally I would have caught this a little bit sooner. But the brand new hardcore champion making his way down to the ring, wrestling twice tonight. Now, when that does happen, sometimes it does open that competitor up to a better chance of injury. Hopefully that will not happen here. But current Universal Champion and Hardcore Champion here tonight going up for the Universal Tag Team titles. Now, what I think will be a first, I don't think we have ever seen it before. Somebody winning 2 Universal title belts. Robbo could be doing it for the very first time. But it is also a tall order. Trying to get past American Alpha. So American Alpha in WCW. In WCW, putting their title belts on the line. So really you got 4 champions in the ring tonight. Who will come out with the tag team title belts? You know, here in a little while, we are going to see much more established divisions. But tonight, just trying to get the rest of the title belts established.
The following champion versus champion contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Universal Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 551 pounds. The 4 Horsemen.
We may have, Angel.
At a combined weight of 484 pounds. They are the Universal Tag Team Champions, American Alpha.
So here we go, American Alpha getting reestablished back into the tag team division, already winning the very top tag team titles and now signed with WCW. You know, moving forward, when we start looking at the different title belts, you will see all the Universal titles on the line. WCW versus WWE wrestlers. So Cimba getting to work right now against the Universal Champion. So this is one of those matches that you couldn't even see on a pay-per-view because you have the Universal World Champion, Robbo, in the same match with the Universal Tag Team Champions. Robbo now starting to show you why he is our Universal World Champion. And you see Eagle Star and Rowdy tagged up a lot. You see Totes and Robbo tagged up, so we don't always get to see Rowdy and Robbo. So how are they going to work together tonight? Are they going to be able to work well as a team? Now you just think all the four horsemen would work well together, and so far to this point, they are getting it done. However, if you look at the Universal Champions, who would you want in the ring matched up against Rowdy? Would you want it to be Cimba, or would you want it to be Grady? Grady there, blocking now, letting the karate chops go. Little Karate Jones from Grady going on. Gets Rowdy up. Look at that. Maybe Grady didn't make it to the gym today, so doing a couple squats at the behest of Rowdy. And remember, that is 304 pounds lifted up above your head, and then throwing a couple squats on it. Probably freaked Rowdy out a little bit too. You know, you got the blood rushing to your head, then you get the squats, then you get that. Now Robbo trying to get this hold locked in. We have seen Robbo win on this maneuver right here, but Grady fighting through it. Looks like Rowdy's starting to come to, get back to his feet, but as of right now, Robbo on an island by himself. And that should be coming to an end right now. I'll tell you though, you get a guy that to be on an island probably wouldn't mind it being the Universal Champion. Over the top. Little flippity-doo-dah on top of the scunion to you. And hits Grady right on that scunion. Now, why the Horsemen could win this, they cannot win the title belt on a countout. However, Robbo's still taking it to Grady on the outside. Grady now making his way back into the ring. Will Robbo be able to come to? And look at that, the teamwork right there, Rowdy. Making sure when Robbo gets back in, he's going to have the advantage. Rolls up the leg, but only a 1 count. I did not even know there was a trailer for 2K24 out yet. That is way early. And then the thing that would worry me about it, if that is the case, Jade Cargill just signed, and then they'll say something like, oh, we couldn't get her in the game even though we had 19 years to work on it. Look at this, Robbo. Oh, thought he was going, didn't even see that one going down. Goes, rolls that leg up like that. And that's kind of weird because usually 2K isn't trying to let any cats out of any bags until around the end of January. So if they put out a trailer, that is really, really early. You know, the other funny thing is going back and watching some of the previous years. It's interesting to see what they did well. And look at this. This is typical American Alpha stuff right here. But it doesn't matter. American Alpha will retain.
The
American Alpha always using the noggin. They know they can still win the match, even on a countout, but regardless, they will retain the belt. So, yeah, kind of what I figured. I figured probably fan-made. I wouldn't say that because you never know. Maybe they change their mind and maybe they decide, oh, they're going to do this or that. But I don't know. We will see. Depends on what's coming out in 24. I mean, so far this is pretty good. I mean, there's a few things that are still broken on it, but depends on the innovations that they're coming out with 24. Now, if you look at it, Shyanne just went through, wins the Raw World Champion, and then has to vacate the title.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Women's World Championship.
Now, not all the Universal titles are in WCW, but the men and women's world titles are. Both the secondary titles are in WWE, and the men's tag team championships are in the WCW, but the women's are in the WWE, so it's kind of split right down the middle, 50-50. And again, only through pay-per-views will you see these title belts change brands, and they are the only ones that will. Still kind of up in the air on what to do with the European titles. They are still a thing, but maybe they're a thing in NXT now, just like they originally were. So Shyanne, one of the few wrestlers that have actually had quite a few times she has had to vacate the titles and not actually lose the titles. This is why we say one of our best champions, not just world champions, but best champions overall. Because a lot of the titles that she's not carrying, she had to vacate. She didn't lose the title. She had to vacate the title. Can she win the Universal Women's title here tonight? Jay, now you can look at the different color lights making her way down to the ring. Last time we saw her, she did have that WCW Women's Championship in her hand, but that championship belt won by Ozzy to become the very first WCW Women's World Champion. But that does not change the fact that she is the Women's Universal World Champion. And will put that title belt on the line tonight. Give Shyanne a chance, who had just won the Raw Women's Champion at World Championship Gold. Has been of late on a roll. Will that roll continue tonight?
Introducing the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, Shyanne Davis. And her opponent from Leeds, England, she is the Universal Women's World Champion, the Legend Killer, Jane.
So referee bringing the belt over, showing Shyanne, raising it above, letting everybody know this title belt is on the line in this match. Both of these women can end this match quickly. Jane getting off to a quick start and using some really powerful moves, letting that right hand fly, them right forearms to the back, and now further going after that back and trying to maintain control of the pace of this match. Because that's the crazy thing there. You do not want Shyanne to get on a roll. She has got a series of moves that can end the match really quickly. Jane now getting Shyanne into a very weird looking maneuver. Wrenching on that neck, pulling, has those feet locked in, but look at this. Shyanne fighting through it, arm drags her through. Jane now making her way back up, and then single leg takedown by Shyanne. Rolls up the leg though, one, and only a 1 count. Still really early in the match, testing the waters out, seeing what's going on. And now letting those feet go. So Shyanne now working on getting back in the match, getting this match back on an even playing field. And she's going to work on the back, but it's kind of interesting because really you would think both of them would be going more for that head area. You're looking at the 8-second ride, huge! Not a drop kick, but huge kick to the face, kind of looked like she was walking on by. Lands, though, on her feet, so no damage done to her. But Jane getting it turned back around. Jane tries to get in the ring before she recovers. Unable to do that. Goes down. Thought she was going to go up, but instead delivers a knee right up under the jaw. And Shyanne fights out of it again. Goes to roll up the leg. 1, 2, and a 2 count already. But that's got to kind of make you worried because the 8-second ride could be anywhere. Typically how it gets set up. And there it is. 8-second ride. Now rolls her over. We could have a brand new Women's Universal Champion. 2, 3, and that is exactly what we got. Very quick match, and I think Shyanne just on one of those rolls right now, and nobody saw it coming.
Here is your winner, and new, the Universal Women's World Champion, Shy Girl Davis.
Shyanne Davis, brand new Universal Women's Champion, like I said, had won the Raw Women's Championship, had to vacate the title, and now becomes the Universal Women's Champion in the very first Thunder program that we see here in WCW. Now, Diamond Dallas Page, 2 or 3-time world champion in WCW, will challenge LA Knight for the U.S. Championship. LA Knight, though, has been dominating all the competition, whether it's a one-on-one match or a fatal four-way match. He has been dominating the competition and now takes on Diamond Dallas Page, mano y mano.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW United States Championship.
DDP making his way down to the ring. The working man's champ. You have The Rock, the People's Champ. This is the Working Man's Champ. Getting ready to square off against like another hard-working, blue-collar type guy. But which one can outwork the other one? Which one is going to be able to outlast the other one? Which one will control this match? Be one of the most intriguing matchups of this evening. LA Knight now making his way down to the ring wearing the colors of the New World Order. John Cena tonight trying to get after that hardcore title belt. Right now, U.S. title, the highest belt that the New World Order holds. Is LA Knight going to be able to hold on to that title belt tonight, or is DDP going to be able to reestablish himself back into the WCW United States division?
Introducing the challenger from New Jersey, weighing in at 252 pounds, Diamond Dallas Page. And his opponent from Hagerstown, Maryland, weighing in at 230 pounds. He is the WCW United States Champion,
all the title belts made on stream in our creation stream. So you got to see us make all the title belts. We create the arenas, we create the title belts, most of the wrestlers, all of the storylines. Turn off the controls. Look, Mom, no hands. We do not control the wrestlers. I turn off the announcers. I see it when you see it, and I just announce on it. So we experience this together live, and it ends up working out to be quite a show. Already in Season 5 of this series, with no end in sight, Diamond Dallas Page getting off to a quick start against LA Knight. But look, LA Knight, what he has been doing with the competition, just powering through some people. Getting back in control of this match. Making sure that that United States title will be leaving with him. DDT rolls the leg. Only a 1 count, though. You know you're not taking DDP out that easily. Running on by. Jumping, swinging neck breaker. And then right back to the ribs. You know DDP has had issues with that rib cage, with that midsection in some of the wrestling matches. Not wearing any tape tonight, though, so it looks like so far everything's good. But LA Knight not hesitating to get after that midsection. And the referee now holding back DDP. LA Knight getting into the ring, giving the champ a little help, but doesn't exactly work out for him. And look at that. Dangerous maneuver, but that'll take it out of you quick. Getting a 1 count. LA Knight getting back to his feet. DDP letting the hands go with the old fisticuffs, but LA Knight, and now DDP, one good run by deserves another. And DDP picks him up. Looks like it's going to be a power bomb, and quite the power bomb it is. DDP now calling for the diamond cutter. Is he going to hit it? No. Instead gets Gets LA Knight over into the ropes. Now LA Knight probably sits in that. Picks him up in a big pump handle slam. DDP now trying to get back to his feet. Can't quite do it. At least not under his own volition. And DDP working over that side in that midsection. Still now whips him into the corner. LA Knight again fighting through it. And it seems like every time LA Knight starts to get something going, DDP stops it and gets it reversed back around, and vice versa. It just seems like DDP has been on more of the offense so far tonight. However, we have seen LA Knight get completely dominated and then end up winning the match. Now, blood running down his head, but still only a 1 count. Who do you think? Sound off in the comments right now. Who do you think is going to win this match? LA Knight or Diamond Dallas Page? Look at this. DDP backing it up. LA Knight trying to get back to his feet. Does. And then gets shoulder blocked right in that midsection. Falls down. Hits the side. DDP thought about going after him on the outside of the ring. Then changes his mind, whips him into the corner, and I think we might see a diamond cutter coming. Rolls the leg, 1, 2, and LA Knight again out in 2, but I just have a funny feeling diamond cutter is inbound, and I think that was going to be it, but look at that. LA Knight block, steps back, picks him up, and then hits him with what looks like Kedry's finishing move, the Irish car bomb, but does not go for the pin. DDP now trying to grab his head. Look at this. That is one big clothesline. And more blood coming down the face right now of LA Knight. LA Knight getting in the corner. Now DDP taking it up to the top rope. LA Knight gets to his feet quickly, but still doesn't matter if he gets to his feet quickly. Gets a double axe handle right to the head. Diamond cutter. We may have a brand new United States champion. 1, 2, and somehow once again, LA Knight finds a way to kick out of somebody's finishing move. This is starting to become the norm for LA Knight. Now LA Knight picks him up again. Hits it one more time. Thought he might go for the pin, but DDP quickly back up to his feet. DDP now looks like he's fighting for his life. LA Knight fighting for his life. Which one of these guys is going to come out on top? And whoever does will be our brand new United States champion. Or retain it. Look at this. LA Knight hiding back there. Look, hits him with one, gets him with another. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2, and DDP, the working man's champion, kicks out. Trying to recover. LA Knight, though, staying on top of him, not letting him recover at all. And remember, LA Knight doesn't care if there's a count out or not. He will retain the championship one way or the other. But looks like he doesn't want to win that way. Rolls DDP back into the ring. DDP fighting to get to his feet. It's not working, however. And LA Knight now playing it up to the crowd, but DDP recovers quickly now, picks him up like a reverse scorpion death drop. LA Knight not having it, though, apparently. Suplexes. And now has him up. That is LA Knight's finishing move. That will do it. 1, 2, 3, and very elementary after that maneuver.
Here is your winner, and still WCW
So it doesn't matter if you cut him open. It doesn't matter what you do. LA Knight fighting through again. Did not really have control of most of that match. And then all of a sudden comes out of it with the victory and holds on to his title belt. Now, a Falls Count Anywhere match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. The Men's World Championship on the line tonight in the main event, which is the very next and last match. World title will be on the line. Bret Hart getting his chance to take on Hulk Hogan for the world title. I told you we'd talk about it a little bit. We may even talk about it while this match is going on. But first, Money in the Bank title for the men. Briefcase on the line. Basically, the number one contendership to the title. So Sentinel making his way down to the ring. Had to vacate after defending successfully the Stampede World title. So looking to become the number one contender to the WCW World Championship here tonight, along with the other competitors. Now, what's funny in real life, Bret Hart got the championship belt put on him by Vince McMahon in the WWE, and this is not the Montreal Screwjob. Before that ever happened, he was told he would be the champion for the next 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Hogan apparently did not like that and finagled that belt off of him and then around the waist of himself. Then told Bret Hart he would give him a shot, did all this stuff, but did everything in his power not to give him the shot. Did everything in his power not to give him a shot. Made up these big stories, pretty legendary stories. Matter of fact, it is in a series called Untold Stories in the WWE. Definitely worth checking out. Check out the Bret Hart. That's what he talks about. But tonight, maybe we right some wrongs. Now, I'm not saying he can win it. Not saying he can lose it. Just saying he's got a shot at it. Now, Max Finnig also was a world champion on the Stampede brand and started stringing together some wins to get himself back in the picture for a title shot. Gets his shot tonight to win the Money in the Bank briefcase.
And representing the NWO from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Braun Breaker.
No worries, Sentinel. Welcome back. So Braun Breaker, if you remember, beat GC Rock for the Raw World Championship and had to vacate his title as well. So he will get a shot tonight to see if he can become the number one contender and Money in the Bank winner for the WCW World Championship belt. Now it's funny when you look at other things. Tonight, Totes also getting his shot. Also getting his shot here tonight. Hasn't really been in the world title mix. Has been in the mix of a bunch of other things. But tonight getting his chance to become the number one contender to the WCW World Championship belt. You look at Robbo, you look at Rowdy, you look at Totes, the longest reign of a world champion in the TSW World Champion lineage. But now gets his shot here tonight to maybe throw his hat back in the ring for the World Championship division. So who will win it here tonight? Fatal 4-way match. But it's an elimination match. Winner gets the Money in the Bank contract and a contract for a shot at the world title anytime they want it. So it will be really interesting to see how this goes. You look at Braun Breaker and Totes, probably two of the smaller guys, but it's not always the size that matters here. So Totes really the only different style wrestler, not really a powerful wrestler. More of your in-between, kind of a tweener. A little bit of speed, a little bit of this, but the one thing I do know is typically whoever goes and gets the stairs ends up on the wrong side of that deal, and Totes will make no exception to that rule as he worked himself into the wrong side of that. Max Finnick, though, sees Totes coming. Braun Breaker taking control inside the ring. Not sure where he was going, but Sentinel grabs him, swinging neck breaker. Totes calling for a Scunion Buster. Will he deliver? Looks like he's about to. Throws him right into that side pole and then power bombs him onto the ground. Sentinel getting things turned around, but Braun Breaker back in control. I don't think Braun sees Sentinel getting up. Doesn't. And I'm telling you what, you can only take so many of those clotheslines before you're going to start having some real trouble. Now Sentinel trying to pick up the stairs. Is he going to be able to use it? No, Braun sees it coming. Slams Sentinel down onto the ground. Sentinel trying to get back up. And does before Braun can counter anything. Big slam right there. Crazy slam maneuver onto the outside, but Totes not let up on Max, because Max, if you let Max get going, get ahead of steam, it's kind of like Sentinel, hard to stop. So Braun now backing up, setting up for what looks like a spear. Braun says his is the best in the business. Runs after it, hits the spear on Sentinel. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And Sentinel kicks out in 2. That move has put out a lot of people. Totes now flying through on Max. Plays it up to the crowd. Max not having it. And then picks Totes up and throws him back on to that diamond plating on the ground there. Braun just gets out of the way in time, but Sentinel sees that coming. Doesn't, however, knock Braun off of his feet, so Braun able to fight back. A huge slam right there. Max rolling up the leg of Totes. 1, 2, and somehow Totes kicked out. Thought that would have been an early exit for Totes right there, getting that kind of slam on that diamond plating. Max sees Braun coming after him, though. Picks him up and starts going to work. Totes getting on Sentinel, throws Sentinel out into that crowd. And look at that. Braun Breaker already out of this match after Max gets a hold of him. Look at that. That might do it for Totes when you get that done to you on the outside of the ring. But Totes somehow kicks out of it. Max telling Totes to get up. Sentinel says, hey, let me catch you riding dirty. hits him with a right-handed clothesline from behind. Totes trying to get back to his feet, but you can tell things starting to take effect on the Totes. And look at that, right down on the back of the shoulders and the neck. But Max still only kicking out in one. That's the thing that's got to kind of get you a little bit nervous about some of this stuff. Max being able to kick out of that in one. Sentinel says, don't you point at me, Totes. If you want to point, you flex. Max says, no, you don't do that either. Totes wisely backing up, letting these two monsters among men fight it out on the outside. Max has Sentinel in a bear hug, but look at this. Sentinel fighting through. Elbows right to the side of the neck and the ear area, but Totes with one super kick takes two super kicks to get him over. Referee, though, dang, right on top of it. Looks like Totes might be paying for a little referee help there, because that referee was all over it. And, of course, Totes is going to be the one that can't get out of the way of a stair shot and takes the stairs right to the head. But, to be fair, that would be the best place for Totes to take a chair shot. But look at this. Totes moving a lot slower. Sentinel looks like he might have been moving slower, but I don't think he is. But Totes definitely moving a lot slower than he was. Look at how fast Max getting back on top of the action. Totes saves Sentinel just to get him and throw him in the ring. And then knocks Max back in to that cloth barricade. And of course, Totes has been hit by the stairs once, so why not try to hit somebody else? Instead, backfires on it. Sentinel and Max now trying to double team Totes. Totes fighting through it though. Throws Max in, but I don't think he's going to escape the clothesline of Sentinel. But talk about not escaping something. Totes now puts the extraction on Sentinel. Can he get him out? No. Rope cut on that extraction. Max, though, gets Totes up right down on the back of that head. Now rolls up the leg of Totes. 2, 3. And how quickly it turns around. Max trying to get in there. Sentinel not having it. That is Sentinel's finishing move. Rolls the leg. 1, 2. And Totes almost had a ringside front row seat to that little maneuver there. And Sentinel throws Max back inside the ring. I'm going to tell you, Sentinel been on quite a roll as of late, but then again, so has Max. So, which one of these guys is going to be able to outmatch the other one? Sentinel pulling Max back into the center of the ring. But Max working on getting back up. Sentinel says, hey, but let me help you out. Here it is again, though. Another slam down. 1, 2, 3. And Sentinel becomes our #1 contender to the world title. But what does that mean? Will the world champion be Hogan or Bret Hart?
And Mr. Money in the Bank, the Blueprint, Sam Trowell.
Part of it was really important for me to keep the same universe instead of creating another universe and starting over when we brought in the WCW brand, because all the winning streaks and all of the losing streaks are still all intact. All the roles that wrestlers have been on are still there. However, the one thing that matters right now is the WCW World Championship on the line. Hogan, our current champion. Bret Hart now finally getting his chance to take Hogan on for the title belt. Hogan had said that Bret Hart was not good enough to be in the ring with him at that time. Hogan, of course, denies those claims, but the rumor is out there that he said that, and that's why he never gave Bret Hart a shot at the title.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Championship. 'Cause 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 'cause
Very interesting light show at the beginning of this. But Bret Hart getting his shot at it tonight. Can Bret Hart prove to not just Hogan, not just the world, but also to himself that not only is he good enough to be in that ring, he is great enough to be our next WCW World Champion. He was our SmackDown champion and defended the belt a number of times successfully, now getting his shot at the WCW World title. You know, we saw Hulk Hogan in the red and yellow for so long, but now it has been a long time since we have seen it, so very odd seeing him back in the old garb, the garb that made him famous. The red and yellow, the Eat Your Vitamins brother. And say your prayers, but has the WCW World Championship, it's hard to tell, but you can see our channel logo in the gold engraved behind the title belt as a little Easter egg. But very pretty belt. But Hogan will put that on the line right now.
Introducing the challenger from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart. And his opponent from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 303 pounds, he is the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, the Immortal Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan putting the world title on the line. We are not going to see the world title fought for every single match, but you got to look at the number of champions that had to vacate their belts. I think it's only fair they get their title shots. So, world champion doing double duty this week as he had fought for and won it on Nitro and now defending it for the first time here on Thunder. Can Bret Hart take advantage of that? Look at this. Hogan kind of getting off to a fast start, but now looking like he's going to slow down the pace. Does not slow down the pace and just keeps laying the boots to Bret Hart while he is sitting there on the ground. That's something Bret Hart is going to have to watch out for. If Hogan starts going after the legs, that could really affect the finishing moves potency of Bret Hart when he tries to apply the sharpshooter. If he can even get that far right now, Hogan staying on top of the action. And you can see this is not a false count anywhere match. Referee already up to a 3 count with these competitors being outside the ring. big slam. Boy, I'll tell you, that'll take it out of you right there, especially being on the outside of the ring like that. Bret Hart, though, getting past it, backpacks Hogan, brings him down and slams his head right into that mat. Hogan now picking up Hart, taking him, and throwing him into that side. Hart, though, getting it turned back around, and you can see he is working on the back area of Hogan, and that is exactly where that sharpshooter will work on. So trying to get Hogan set up for the sharpshooter, possibly to get him to tap out, but working on that entire spine area of Hogan, which that sharpshooter will be working on as well. Goes to drop the leg, can't do it though, and Hogan hits him with 2 boots. Bret Hart trying to get in a position to maintain the advantage. You got to remember, Stu Hart, Bret Hart's dad, running a wrestling school, so Bret Hart, very aware, very technically sound, understands how to position himself to be in an advantageous way. Referee count out now up to 4, and remember, you cannot win the title on a count out, so Bret Hart needs to start thinking about this and get back in the ring. Make sure Hogan gets back in the ring and get that count reset. Bret Hart sitting right there waiting for Hogan. Just like a Richard Marx song, he'll be right there waiting for you. And another drop kick right to the back of the old scunion of Hogan. Bret Hart now laying the boots. And it's funny, if you look at the moves don't look all that powerful, but if you watch how they're executed, they are executed for maximum damage. Hogan now picking himself up, using them ropes. Hart, though, not having it, using that side to gain a little bit more of an advantage when bringing that boot down right on top of Hogan's chest. Now, as far as where you're hitting them, I don't know if that'd be the exact place I would want to be doing it. Of all the places, in the arms, the chest area, a lot of muscle in that area. Probably a lot of padding, but look at that. Hogan misses the initial boot, but now hits Bret Hart with the leg drop, rolls up the leg. Referee out of position. 1, 2, and Bret Hart kicks out. Thought we were going to retain the championship, but look at that. Misses the boot again. Bret Hart, though, misses the grab. An uncharacteristic mistake on Bret Hart's part. And is he going to be able to recover from that? Look at this. Hogan getting the crowd into it, saying he can hear him from over there. And Hogan loosening up that chest again so that he can drop that leg on him one more time. Bret Hart now, big clothesline. And again, working on that lower back area of Hogan, trying to set up the sharpshooter. If he can get this sharpshooter laid in, is Hogan going to tap? Bret Hart taking it sideways through that second and third rope, crossbody onto Hogan. Hits him with his own leg drop. Sits there, lets that sink in for a second. And now gets back to work with that. Look at that, though. You know, right when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, Hogan gets it turned around. Bret Hart gets it turned around. Another crossbody. Referee up to a 6 count already. What is going on, Dave? Welcome to the stream. Made it just in time for the main event. Bret Hart now dropping that elbow. Is he going to do it? Trying to get it locked in. Gets Hulk Hogan in the sharpshooter. Is Hulk Hogan going to tap out? Do we have a brand new WCW World Heavyweight Champion? It might be Hogan trying to fight through it. Referee right on top of everything. And Hogan finds a way to fight through it. Now, here's the crazy part. You've seen Bret Hart now fight through the Hogan leg drop. You've seen Hogan fight through the sharpshooter. You got to believe the next big move could very easily win this match. Hogan again going to the work of the midsection of Bret Hart. Can Bret Hart get back to his feet, or is Hogan going to be able to get this leg drop in on him and keep his world championship belt wrapped around his waist? Bret Hart was fighting through some of the punches, but look at this. Bret Hart luckily in a good position to get to the ropes to get out of that sleeper hold. But here we go. Leg drop inbound. Hogan comes up, down, hits the leg. This has got to be it. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2, and somehow Bret Hart kicks out again. Bret Hart trying to fight through it, but Hogan staying on top of him now, gets him in that backbreaker, but now trying to get him to tap out. Bret Hart has got to just be running on fumes. Can't even get back to his feet now, using the ropes. Hogan trying to position himself, and you can start to see the frustration in Hogan. Whips Bret Hart into the ropes, misses that one. Bret Hart catches himself, but Hogan gets that elbow in anyway. Now rolls the leg again. 1, 2, 3. And Bret Hart just did not have enough left to do anything, and Hogan is still your...
Here is your winner, and still WCW World Heavyweight Champion, the Immortal Hogan.
Man, is there any way to stop or beat Hulk Hogan? I'm going to tell you right now, so far it does not look like it. And you know he has had a big hand in bringing back the brand of WCW right when it looked like he was down and out. Right when you thought he wasn't going to be seen in wrestling anymore, he somehow is an instrumental part of getting the WCW back together. Even though he is not wearing the colors of the New World Order, he still has found a way to be your WCW Heavyweight World Champion. That is going to do it for us here tonight, guys. Remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any time we go live. Share the video. Show them exactly how good of a sharer you really are, and we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.